Well, fall is upon us, and like me, a lot of my cool season comrades are going to be overseeding their yards. And today I picked up my seed, and I wanted to talk a little bit about this grass seed, why I chose it, and how to know exactly what you're getting when you buy grass seed. Specifically, how to read the label on grass seed. Let's get started. So it can be pretty overwhelming when you go to the local hardware store or local seed supply and you see a variety of different types of grass, varieties of grass, cultivars, mixes, blends. On top of that, a ton of marketing material and a lot of marketing words to get your attention to actually look at the product. It can get overwhelming. And I want to give you an idea and a little glimpse into what I'm looking for when I look at these tags and these labels on seed packages. Now, the first thing that you should know is that by law, seed manufacturers and seed products are required to have a label like this with the information that we're going to talk about today. So if you get seed from anywhere that doesn't provide you this label, ask them for it. They need to give you this information. If you go to the hardware store and the bag you have doesn't have a label on it, usually those are stickers. If it's not on there, look for another bag that's the same product. Take a picture of that label and you have that with you. It's good to take pictures of these anyways, just so you have the information on here stored away for future reference if you're going to overseed later and you want to kind of stick with the same blend or the same mix. Now, the first thing you're going to look at when you look at the seed here is this main section. It's going to tell you the kind of grass seed and the variety of the grass seed that's in here. So obviously different seed kinds and different varieties are going to vary based on where you live and what you're looking for, but for me, this is the same exact blend that exists right here. So this here is a mix of Kentucky bluegrass and perennial ryegrass. It's about an 80% bluegrass, 20% ryegrass mix. It contains 4 different varieties of bluegrass and 2 different varieties of perennial ryegrass. And as you can see on the label, we have Blue Devil Kentucky bluegrass, Tamalo Kentucky bluegrass, Granite Kentucky bluegrass, Mazama Kentucky bluegrass, and then we have Umpqua and Shining Star perennial ryegrass. It also tells you the origin where these seeds were harvested from. Interesting to note that all of these seeds come from Oregon or Washington, and in the case of Tamalo, Idaho. Interesting. Now, the next piece of information that's kind of interesting here is between the variety and the origin on my particular label. It might be somewhere else on yours, but it is the actual expected germination rate. Now, keep in mind this number for each variety is based on ideal conditions. So you can see on mine that this is anywhere between 90 and 95% expected germination rate, which is really good. On the very far left side here, next to the name of the grass type, is a percentage of pure seed. This is the actual percentage of seeds in the package by weight and not by count. So something to keep in mind. Now, some of the other things on here, you have inert matter, which is the amount of material that's just not going to grow. It's stuff that's caught up in production, stuff that just kind of makes its way through the cracks. It's chaff, it's dirt, stuff like that. It's stuff that just doesn't get washed out. So you want a relatively low number here. You want the majority of your package to obviously be stuff that's actually going to grow. Next thing on here is going to be other crop or other crop seeds. This is a number you want to be as close to 0 as absolutely possible. These are non-desirable crops. It could be weeds, it could be other grass types. It's things that you do not want to grow. For me, the percentage in here is 0.12%, so just about 0.1%. So there's barely anything in here. Again, you want that to be as close to 0 as absolutely possible. Now, not to be confused with other crop seed is the weed seed percentage. This is also another number that you want to be close to 0, and if you can, at least below 1%. As for this blend here, big fat 0. Now, depending on where you live, there's going to be a list of noxious weed seeds that are not allowed in your state or deemed as noxious in your state, and those will be listed on the label as well if the bag contains any of them. For me, none found. Perfect. Now, the last thing I want to point out here is the test date. This particular bag was tested 22nd of July of 2020. Typically you want to find something that was tested in the same year that you buy it. This isn't too bad for me, and I've had really good luck with this blend from this same distributor in the past. As I said, this is what my lawn is right now. I'm not very worried about that. I think we're going to do just fine. Well, there you have it. That is the ins and outs for a label of grass seed. How to identify what's exactly in there, what you're getting, all the things. Now, if you want to really geek out over this stuff, you can actually look at information online that will give you more detail specific to each grass type and variety found of that grass type. How it tests against disease, stress tolerance, growth patterns, color. There's all kinds of testing that's done around grass seed. It's super interesting. Something cool that you can do with all that information is you can take what you like and make your own custom blends based on the characteristics of those grass types and varieties. So pretty cool. That's gonna go ahead and wrap it up for me. I hope that's helpful information for you, whether you're overseeding or planting a new stand of grass. Pretty fun stuff. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time. You know, it's kind of cool to think that the contents of that bag can produce something that looks like this. Perspective. See ya. You're still here? What are you doing? Come on. Go. Bye.